People who give up their rights and ability to evolve their own opinions, have their own thoughts, come to their own rational conclusions, and to not care about what other people think, they give up everything because they're no longer self-made. They're no longer in the driver's seat of their own destiny, understanding what each choice is in front of them. They have no intelligence anymore. When you care what other people think more than what's going on inside of you, what seems right, what seems fair, listen to your intuition and really following that gut instinct, you give up your right to actually be in connection with your soul and evolve the highest potential that you have from within. The human landscape is very complex. We've been conditioned by society in our minds and behaviors to act a certain way, to present ourselves a certain way, to be agreeable, to be enjoyable, to have people like us, to be in service to others, to do our very best at all times. Sometimes those experiences can really drain us because we're doing so much for the external validation of everyone around us that we don't have enough time to actually cultivate the inner part of ourselves in our journey. We have been programmed to care more about what other people think of us, how other people see us, because there's a part of us that is very earnest, is very good. We have a part of us that wants to do good things, that wants to be a good person, that wants to be able to be known for that goodness, to be trusted and respected for the type of love and intention that we carry within ourselves. And this is a way that people are allowed to abuse us and use us. The trouble is when we take that love and intention out into a world that's very toxic, meaning that a lot of people are not living with the light of love in their soul. They're living with a narcissistic vacuum inside of themselves. This emptiness that is inside of many people in the world is an emptiness that will consume you like a black hole. And the minute they see somebody who has this need to be respected, to be accepted, to be honored, to be seen as a good person, that's like an immediate match for them to sink themselves to you and drain you of your energy. So the minute that they see this need to be liked, this need to be seen as a good person, this need to be agreeable and to be kind of seen as a rational, calm, non-threatening human being, is the minute they realize you have an open door that they can take whatever they want. A lot of times this need to be liked is very unconscious. Those people are coming from this popularity style of socializing. They want to be popular, they want to be liked, they want to be invited to all the parties, they want to be relevant. Even if they're really not relevant at the party, as long as they got the invite, that's good enough for them. And it comes from this inability to validate themselves, this inability to authentically know who they are and to stand on their own regardless of what people think of them. And the damage that's done is that you lose your ability to have your own opinions, your own evolutionary process of how you think and how you can apply a logical, emotional, intuitive intelligence together and really develop your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own wisdom and awareness. And when people live this way, they don't have boundaries. They don't know who to stand up to. They will end up placating the narcissist who has more power than them. And they will end up making the bad guys or the toxic characters in the group the ones that always win. People who give up their rights and ability to evolve their own opinions, have their own thoughts, come to their own rational conclusions, and to not care about what other people think, they give up everything because they're no longer self-made. They're no longer in the driver's seat of their own destiny, understanding what each choice is in front of them. They have no intelligence anymore. When you care what other people think more than what's going on inside of you, what seems right, what seems fair, listen to your intuition and really following that gut instinct, you give up your right to actually be in connection with your soul and evolve the highest potential that you have from within. When you're not in charge of your own intelligence building process, when you can't be sovereign and say, you know what, I am not sure that this way of thinking is aligned with what I truly feel inside of my heart and soul to be true. When you're not able to do that in a group setting or in a one-on-one setting with someone, that's a huge red flag. There are so many people in this world that are so fake. And it's up to you to know and feel who is manipulating you, who's telling you a lie, who's setting up a false illusion in front of you. And then even more, why? Why are they setting this false illusion up? What is it they're trying to get from you? Are they trying to get you to work harder for them so that they can earn more for themselves? Are they trying to set you up in a situation that will make you do something bad and be the bad person and lose your reputation? There are so many scenarios that can happen to you in this life when you're not connected to your own ability to self-validate that can destroy you. It's so important that you drop the need to care about what other people think of you. By needing yourself to be validated by other people as a good person, you're giving away your power, and you're also invalidating your own self and saying, I'm not sure I'm valid, but I'm going to show you all the best traits of myself in the hopes that you'll see my validity. That's how you get used, abused, and treated badly. So the most important thing to do is to really learn that you can self-validate, and it's critical that you do. That no matter what other people think of you, you know what you feel about yourself. And you can find peace in what you feel about yourself. Now, if you feel you've done some bad things in the past and you feel you can be a better person, there's nothing wrong with rising to that occasion and being a better person. But just do it for yourself. Your intention isn't to create a fake, false personality that you don't want to sell a lie to yourself or other people, but rather that you're living your full embodied truth. But it doesn't need to be something you broadcast out there, because if you do that, you will be taken advantage of. And when you live as an authentic person who doesn't need to broadcast that they're this amazing person out there, it's much easier for you to see the fraud that people want to put out in front of you. A lot of people will show up with this mask of, oh, I'm a great person and I do all these wonderful things. But if you really take your time and pay attention to who they really are, a lot of times their behaviors are incongruent with that truth. They will be like wolves in sheep's clothing. And since we live in a world of illusions, it's important for you to learn to see the illusions as they're put out so that you don't become confused and hurt and damaged by the lie that is everywhere in this world. When you stay in your inner world and you stay in the truth and you develop your authenticity and you don't need people to believe a certain way about you, then you have a greater capacity to hear your spirit speak, to know what your destiny is, to know what the next steps ahead. And you won't have all that confusion in your mind of what so-and-so wants you to do or what so-and-so has said. You should be like a warrior, able to stand in your truth and to slay any dragon in front of you if necessary. That is so important. Care more about how you feel about yourself than how others perceive you. This is the way that you empower your authentic self.